I decided to present because I've been working on a new business idea for close to a year, and it was at the point where I had gotten lots of individual feedback, but I really needed to either get some validation or hear some new ideas from a group, from a fresh group who I didn't know. House of Genius is a little gem that St. Louis has, and I'm so thrilled to be a part of it. I wish more people realized how much they can benefit from the process. It's a win-win all the way around. From the very beginning, from coaching, from the presentation, from the feedback you get, and from the amazing connections that you end up with afterwards. Shortly after my presentation, 3 of the panelists each approached me independently with ideas. And from those ideas sprang several different meetings, so that each are now what I consider to be irons in the fire that I'm moving forward on. So I think that those connections I would never have made them, and it's a sort of a serendipitous circuit that's happened, but it all happened because of the House of Genius. The hardest thing about being at House of Genius was not actually the presentation. It was preparing myself for the feedback I was getting, because they do something called the cone of silence, which means that once you've made your presentation, the group follows a sort of a prescriptive way of giving feedback. And while they're doing it, you have to be quiet. And so I was trying really hard to listen and reflect on what they were saying, on what people were saying, and not necessarily have to defend my business idea or try to sell it anymore. Once I had presented, all I had to do was sit back and listen and let the good ideas come. Undiscussed benefits of House of Genius is the preparation they put you through before you actually present. I had agreed to present, and then I got what felt like about 2 weeks worth of coaching and work on my actual PowerPoint presentation. And it was very intensive. The person, Valerie, who I was working with, we worked piece by piece. I shared with her what I had. She gave me feedback. We revised. We worked on it again. And it was in that coaching process that I was becoming more and more comfortable talking about the venture. After the presentation, I found out that I was a finalist for a startup accelerator program, and I was invited to participate in a several-hour interviewing process, a speed interviewing. Well, I nailed it. If I hadn't had that opportunity to present at the House of Genius, I'm not confident at all that I would have been selected to be a part of the new accelerator program. So I'm very grateful. I'm such a big fan of the whole program, and it really makes me so happy to know that the St. Louis program is so stellar. They do a fantastic job of vetting the group, and also the pre and post social media. It lends it actually a kind of a validation and a credibility when others in the community have seen that House of Genius has tweeted or posted about me, either my business or me. I could never pay that much to get that kind of validation. So I would say be confident in the idea that you have, but be open enough to hear any critical comments or new ideas, and try to train yourself not to say yes but.